It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Track number 1 on the album is It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and it's, first of all, it's one of my most favorite Christmas songs, as are all of the songs on the record, but this one in particular. I feel like every time I've heard, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year played, it's like that's the minute that I know it's Christmas time. The minute you hear the music start and you hear the words, you're like, okay, it's Christmas. So I knew that it needed to be on the record, and I knew that it needed to be the first song because it really kicks everything off. And what I really wanted for this album was to symbolize where I'm at in my life right now and to just have the album exude happiness and joy. And I think that starting with this song, it's a great feeling of just, this is what the vibe of the record is, and get ready. And we chose this for our first single because, again, it's just, for me, I find that it encapsulates everything that the record is all about. So it's one of my favorite Christmas songs. It's the perfect kickoff for the record and for the holiday season. And when I hear it, it just makes me so incredibly happy. So I think that, I think it's just the perfect The second track on the album is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which is such a special Christmas song for me and my family. So every year over the holidays, me, my mom and dad, and now my husband, we all wake up on Christmas morning and we do our little gift exchange, nothing too extravagant, but then we immediately turn on the movie The Family Stone, which is my favorite holiday film. And in The Family Stone, they watch the movie Meet Me in St. Louis, where Judy Garland sings the most beautiful, heartbreaking version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Like, literally, I get the chills every time I hear it. And it's such a sweet part of the movie, and it's such a beautiful song, and I love Judy Garland so much. So, of course, I picked this song right away, and I said that we have to put this on the record. I even sang it a couple times in concert with Darren Criss, knowing that it would be on my holiday record, but no one knew yet that I was making a Christmas album. So I love this song for so many reasons. Like I said, my love for Judy Garland, but also it really does remind me of every Christmas since The Family Stone came out, of watching that movie with my mom and dad and husband, and we love it so much. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful song. No one can sing it like Judy Garland, in my opinion, so we tried to make it unique. Adam Anders and myself, he's my fantastic music producer for this album, we worked together on Glee for many, many years, and he did every single song on Glee with me. And I have a lot more things to say about Adam, but I'll tell you guys more about that later. But we wanted to make this version of this song a little bit to differentiate it from the Judy version, because to me that one is so special. But we also wanted to make it a little bit of like an ode to her version of that song. So this is one of the most sweet and special, heartbreaking Christmas songs for me. And it just tells everyone to have a beautiful Merry Christmas, and I love it so much. The third track on the album is Christmas in New York, and I think that like when parents have kids, they don't want to pick their favorite kid, but this song is definitely my favorite song on the album for many, many, many reasons. And I'll try to not make this answer last about an hour long. But so the name of the album is Christmas in the City, because for me, every year I go home to the East Coast for Christmas. And the minute the plane lands in JFK, I know that it's the holiday season, that I put work aside, that I get to be with my family and enjoy my most favorite time of the year. And there really is something so special about being in New York over the holidays, whether or not you've gotten to experience it. What I wanted to do was write a song that's a love letter to Christmas in the City. And that's where Christmas in New York came together. So I wrote this song with Adam Anders, who I worked on Glee with. He was the mastermind behind all of the 800 plus songs that we did on the show. And I knew that I wanted to work with him on this record. I wanted to get back together, bring the band back together, and just create that amazing, vibrant, happy, joyful sound that we did together on Glee for so many years. So working with him was like being reconnected with family. And I really believe that the like happiness that we experienced in the studio recording the songs, it's like it penetrated into the album, and you hear that happiness and that family. And so one day I said to him, I was like, we have to write an original song for this album, which we entitled Christmas in the City. And I said, we need to write a love letter to New York over the holidays. And I'm slowly like learning how to be a songwriter, but for me, it's more about just talking about these images. And so I was like, we have to talk about what it's like when you're a little girl and you go to see the ballet for the first time. And we ended up writing this song, which to me is, it's one of my favorite things I've ever created. And like I said, it is this love letter to New York. And if you haven't experienced Christmas in the City or Christmas in New York, hopefully this song will bring those images to life for you. But again, it's also not about being in that place specifically, like in New York. It's really about this state of mind, like where for you is the place that when you are there, you feel the most joy and happiness. And for me, it's when I'm with my family in New York. So that's also what this is about. It can be anywhere for you, but where during that time of the year do you just feel the most, whole and happy? And for me, it's being in the city. So this song is so special to me. We just shot an awesome music video, which I can't wait for everyone to see, and just to share this really special song with everyone. Track number 4 on the album is I'll Be Home for Christmas, featuring my best friend, my man of honor, Jonathan Groff. So, okay, there's actually a really long story behind this song. Back in the day when Jonathan and I were working on Broadway, we used to do a lot of Christmas benefits together, and over the holidays we would, go to some of the like pubs in New York and sing Christmas songs, and this was our song that we would sing. We would sing I'll Be Home for Christmas, and made it sort of this luau island version of the song. So now, flash forward probably over 10 years later, I'm making this Christmas record, and I of course want Jonathan to be on the record with me. And for people who may not know, Jonathan and I met on Broadway in 2006. We actually met in 2005 when we did the show off Broadway in a show called Spring Awakening. And we've been best friends ever since. It was through him that I met Ryan Murphy, which is how I got Glee. And then Jonathan ended up coming on Glee, and our characters ended up getting married and having a baby together. But he is my best friend in the entire world, and I love him so much. And he's so incredibly talented. So yeah, so when I was making this Christmas record, I said to him, please come and sing on the record with me. And we have to do our version of I'll Be Home for Christmas. So it's really cool because it is one of those moments where if you would have told me like 10 years ago when we were singing this song together in a small little pub in New York that however 10 plus years later we'd be, I'd be recording an album and we'd be singing on it together, like it's really cool and it's so awesome. So this song is very special for many, many, many reasons, and I love Jonathan, and I'm so grateful that he, sings on the, decided to sing on the record with me. He's spent Christmases with me and my family. He usually comes over on like Christmas Eve, and we hang out the night before Christmas, but I just love him and his family so much. They are family to me, and this is a really special, special song. So track 5 is Do You Want to Build a Snowman, which is from Frozen. And I think Adam suggested, he was like, do you love Frozen? And I was like, who doesn't love Frozen? I loved singing all the songs from that movie. And he was like, why don't we do a version of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And I was like, at first I was like, well, what kind of version? Like, how are we gonna, make it unique because it's so popular from the movie? And we ended up creating this very emotional, heartfelt version of the song that it actually feels a little bit more for me when I'm singing this song, it reminds me of like being there for a friend in a very deep and emotional way. And so I think it's awesome that we were able to take a song that, like I said, so many people know so well and make it our own version. So it's a little bit more of a sentimental moment in the record, but it is such a classic Christmas song, and I'm so happy that we found a way to, you know, make it work and put it on the album. Next song is Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, which is from one of my most favorite Christmas movies, Home Alone. Everyone knows that it's from such like an iconic moment in the movie, and we always watch that movie on Christmas morning. So I wanted to put it on the record, and it's also just, it's really fun and it's happy, and it's another one of those songs where the minute you hear it, you're like, it's Christmas now. So it has like that personal meaning for me of always being, you know, played in my house at some point during Christmas. I always remember hearing this song in the background somewhere. So I wanted to put it on the record because it just brings back all of those good memories for me. The next track is Silent Night. This song, Adam had an amazing idea of doing the entire song basically a cappella, which means that there's no instruments. It's just all through their incredible, you know, voices. We were able to create the, basically like the orchestrations for the entire song. And it's just so beautiful. And I mean, I said to Adam, I was like, I just could listen to this choir sing all day long, and there's such a beauty, you know, Silent Night is just one of the most beautiful Christmas songs in my mind. The next song is White Christmas, and it's featuring one of my dearest friends, Darren Criss. Darren and I obviously met on Glee together, and then we did our concert tour LMDC together, which was so much fun, and I asked him if he would sing on the record with me, and Adam picked White Christmas for us, and we decided to do a cute, like very sweet Parisian version of the song. And I love Darren, and he's so incredibly talented, and we have been dear friends for a really long time and very supportive of one another, both, you know, personally and professionally. We have become, you know, family now. And so I love the fact that, you know, we just continue to support each other in these ways. And the fact that he said yes to singing on the record just means so much to me. And the song is so sweet and adorable and just reminds me of like it should be in some black and white movie, just like walking down the streets, you know, in Paris. I imagine, in my opinion, if you can't be in New York for Christmas, that Paris probably is also very beautiful over the holidays. I've never been there during that time of year, but when I hear this song, White Christmas, this version, it brings those beautiful like images to my mind. And again, Darren is just so incredible, and it's always so wonderful getting to sing with him. And we've sang many Christmas songs together on Glee, and now we have this one. So he's amazing and such a great, obviously singer and performer, but a dear friend. The next song, Silver Bells. Okay, this is a big statement, but this is my most favorite Christmas song of all time. I love the lyric, "It's Christmas time in the city." And again, that's where this whole album, the inspiration for this whole album came together. I've always loved Silver Bells. I've always loved that lyric and the meaning behind it. And for me, it's like, it's Christmas time in the city. It's like, oh, there you go. It's Christmas. And Silver Bells, it's just so sweet and charming. And I actually, when I was recording this song, it was one of the hardest songs for me to record because there was actually a lot of pressure. I was like, this has to be perfect. It's my most favorite Christmas song. And so I think I recorded it like longer than I did any other song because it's my favorite Christmas song. But I'm so happy with how it came together, and that, you know, I made it as perfect as I could for the album. The next song, Angels We Have Heard on High, features the incredible Cynthia Erivo. And if you don't know Cynthia, you will very soon. She's so incredibly talented. I met Cynthia for the first time when she was on Broadway in The Color Purple, and actually Jonathan introduced us, and then we all became friends. And hearing Cynthia sing is literally like hearing angels. She's such an incredible performer. I've seen many Broadway shows in my life. I've never seen a Broadway show where in the middle of the show, someone sings a song and they get an entire standing ovation from the audience every single night. That is what happened to Cynthia every night in The Color Purple when she sang her show-stopping number. So not only is she an incredible performer, but she's also such a dear friend. And selfishly, I was like, you have to sing on my album with me, please. And this is a perfect song for the both of us. And when I heard the final product, because we didn't record it together, we were on different coasts. But when I heard it, I called her and I was like, I just feel like the earth just stood still with our voices together, if I do say so myself. It was a true honor to sing with her. I believe that on the planet, she's one of the greatest singers right now in the world. So it is a gift that she is on this album, and this song is a vocal powerhouse, and I'm just so grateful. It's one of my favorite songs on the album, and I'm so happy that she said yes. So the last song on the album is Oh Holy Night, and there's actually a little story behind this. So I sang Oh Holy Night on Glee, and I was very, I didn't want to sing any Christmas songs that I sang on Glee on this record. I wanted to tackle new songs and write some, original songs, but Adam and I, when we did Oh Holy Night on Glee, I've always said this to him. I said, in my lifetime, it's my favorite song that I've ever sung. And I think that the version that we did on Glee was sheer perfection. It was just so beautifully shot, and the arrangement that Adam created, and I loved it so much. So he said to me, he's like, are you sure you don't want to do any songs from Glee on this record? And he's like, what about Oh Holy Night? We have to do Oh Holy Night. And I was like, no way. I was like, it's so perfect on Glee. There's no way that we're ever going to make it even better for the album. Like, I can't top that. It's perfection. And he's like, well, that's the challenge. He's like, that must have been 8 years ago. And he was like, you're older now, and it's a, whole new chapter in your life. Let's do it, and let's make it even better. And I pushed off recording this song as late as I possibly could. Finally, he was like, I have to turn in the record. We have to record this song. And every day I'd be like, I'm not ready. I can't do it. And I just was so worried it wasn't going to be as good, because when we were doing Glee, like, we were really in such a rhythm. And then finally he was like, we have to do it. We just jump in and we're going to sing it today. And the minute I started singing it, I realized that I am vocally stronger now than I was before. And being where I'm at in my life right now, there's a different feeling that I have inside of me that I wanted to, to bring to the song. There's a strength and a happiness and peace. And it was all those emotions that, I put into it, and somehow, magically, but also singing higher notes than I've ever sang in my life before, in my opinion, we were able to top what we did on Glee, if that was even possible, and end the album with this song, which is an incredibly beautiful Christmas song. If you celebrate the holiday, Oh Holy Night is such a beautiful, song about this very special holiday. And for me, I just think that it's something I'm really proud of. It always makes me cry for whatever reason, Oh Holy Night, like when I hear it and when I sing it. And so I'm very proud of this entire record, and I'm so proud of everything that we put into it, to the songs that we picked, to my incredible guests, to getting to work with Adam again. I'm so proud of writing Christmas in New York. I'm so proud of everything, but there's something about this last song that for me, it feels like everything in my life sort of coming full circle, and just telling where I am at right now. That is this song. That is A Holy Night for me.